This is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Our top story this hour: at 5:30 this morning, Fairbanks firefighters responded to an alarm at the Shoppers Forum Mall at Airport and Cowles. The source, which had apparently been contained by a sprinkler system, was found under the old Gottschalk store. No injuries were reported, and all businesses were able to open. Firefighters were on scene for hours, clearing the mall of smoke and making sure the fire was truly out. City firefighters got backup assistance from University, Fort Wainwright, and Steese fire departments. The reason for the large response was, of course, the size of the building.
When we entered the building, there was a moderate amount of smoke throughout the mall and the old Gottschalk's area of the building. Crews deployed hose lines and did a search of the building. Ultimately, they found a smoldering fire that had pretty much been extinguished by the sprinkler in the crawl space under the old Gottschalk's.
Now, the cause of this morning's blaze is still under investigation. It looks like it will be back to mediation for the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District and the association representing teachers and educators in the borough. It was announced this week that negotiations had reached an impasse between the two sides on a new teacher contract. Both sides have now agreed to mediation. Brian Jarrett, who oversaw mediation talks last year, will once again meet with the Fairbanks Education Association and the school district set for Friday. FEA officials say they would like to see a 3-year contract in place and a slight pay increase for teachers moving up the salary schedule. FEA President Tammy Smith says they are comfortable with pursuing mediation due to the fact that Brian Jarrett is familiar with past negotiations.
We worked with him twice because we went to mediation twice last year and felt that he did a good job of acknowledging the importance of the process and validated what it was on both sides, the concerns on both sides, and we were able to come to a reasonable result as well. So no, we appreciate the work that this particular mediator has done for us.
The high-profile and controversial 1997 murder of John Hartman is once again back in the news, as one of the men convicted of killing the 15-year-old boy has cleared a major hurdle in his quest for a new trial. Earlier this week, the Alaska Supreme Court announced Eugene Vent deserves the right to argue for a new trial. In 2012, Vent was victorious when the Alaska Court of Appeals ruled that a lower court improperly handled his accusations that he received ineffective counsel during his 1999 jury trial. The state had appealed the ruling, effectively sending it to the higher court, who this week refused to hear the case. The high court decision now sends the issue back to the trial court level, where Vent will have another chance to prove his claims. No date has been set for that hearing. Those that bet on a late breakup this year on the Tanana River may get their wish and then some. Ice officials with the Nenana Ice Classic say the ice is so thick near the tripod they haven't even hooked up the timing mechanism, nor are they staffing watchers. A measurement taken this week near the tripod was just shy of 50 inches of ice. This year's jackpot is $318,500. That's down $31,000 from last year. The tripod had already tripped by this time last year. It went out on April 23rd. Ice Classic manager Sherry Fornes says until warmer weather arrives, little has changed.
Hoping within the next week or so, I guess it's supposed to warm up again. We had 40, 45, even 50 degrees last week for a couple of days, and then it dropped back off cold and windy, so it's chilly here.
If first you don't succeed, try again. That may become the new mantra for former Valdez Mayor Bill Walker, as he has announced another run for governor of Alaska. Walker has confirmed that he will seek the Republican nomination next year. The former attorney, ran in 2010 against incumbent Governor Sean Parnell. Now, he's an advocacy of an all-Alaska natural gas pipeline was at the heart of his former campaign. After losing the nomination last election, Walker has kept busy. Walker has worked on behalf of the Alaska Gasline Port Authority in their effort to build a natural gas pipeline from the North Slope to Tidewater in Valdez. Walker also appears on his own weekly TV show, On Point with Bill Walker. All right, when we come back, Senator Lisa Murkowski pushes for more icebreakers for Alaska, also dealing with whooping cough outbreak. Stay with us.
This edition of the Fbx Evening News is brought to you by Prospector Outfitters, Kendall Auto of Fairbanks, Spadard Builder Supply, and by LeBren's Landscaping.
And welcome back. 5.5 years in jail for a 22-year-old Fort Yukon man convicted of sexually abusing 2 girls. During hearings earlier today, Devin Adams pled guilty to 2 counts of second-degree sexual abuse of a minor. Now, exchanged for the plea, a more serious charge of first-degree sexual assault was dismissed. Alaska State Troopers say Adams abused the 2 girls on different occasions in December 2009 and between March and April of 2011. Court records say the girls were 13 and 15 when the abuse began. Senator Lisa Murkowski questioned Department of Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano during a Senate Homeland Security Appropriations Subcommittee hearing. The senator asked the secretary if she agrees that America as an Arctic nation needs more than 1 icebreaker, especially since Russia has 33 of them. Murkowski pointed out the U.S.'s distinction as an Arctic nation and the responsibilities associated with that, specifically the importance of adequately supporting Arctic assets and infrastructure like polar icebreakers.
We are an Arctic nation. We have responsibilities as such, and the fact that we are barely in the water in terms of our ice-breaking capacity is something that I think we need to address. Would you agree with me that as an Arctic nation, we need more than 1 icebreaker?
I think we're going to have to assess the total fleet needs we're going to have as an Arctic nation, but the equities up there are very substantial.
Whooping cough is on the rise in Alaska. It's been moving up the coast from California and in March caused a death of an infant in western Alaska. Whooping cough, or pertussis, might resemble a common cold at first with a sniffle and a cough, but if the cough becomes violent and sticks around for more than 7 days, it could be pertussis. In adults, the danger is severe coughing spells which can cause a punctured lung or even fractured ribs. With children, it can be worse, causing breathing difficulty.
And so we have seen some cases of pertussis throughout Alaska. We have had some cases here in Fairbanks. And the biggest message I want to tell people is that there is a simple way to protect yourself, and that is through vaccine. And adults, caregivers, anyone who takes care of children should be checking their immunization record, find out the last time they've had a tetanus that had a pertussis component in it. And of course, children, from the time they're 2 months, get routine immunizations. And one of the vaccine components of a TDAP or a DTaP is pertussis.
Way to be brave there. Shelley says adults should check their child's and their own shot records to see if they require the shot. Now, the Public Health Center will be open through the 27th with free shots. You can call 452-1776 for more information. Well, now that it's spring, area law enforcement want to remind you that you can do a little spring cleaning in your medicine cabinet. This Saturday, both the Fairbanks Police Department and the Alaska State Troopers are taking part in the National Take Back Initiative. That is a program that collects and disposes of unwanted, expired, or unidentifiable prescription drugs. From 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., residents can bring prescription medicines to either the City Police Department downtown or to the Alaska State Troopers post on Pegger Road to discard their unwanted medicines. The program was developed by the Department of Environmental Conservation. The agency says disposal keeps discarded drugs from entering water bodies or causing public health problems. Locally, city police say it benefits the community and the department.
We occasionally have people come in and try to turn in medications to the police department, but on an individual level, it's very burdensome for us to take medications, some here, some there. So this is a massive community-wide event where it's very easy for the individual people, it's very easy for the police department to just get these medications that can do nothing but harm now because the person doesn't need them anymore, and really just get them to a safe place and dispose of them.
Okay, Daryl Lewis joins me now, and yes, there's a lot of cancellations out there for sports. But yes, athletes continuing their athletic career.
Yeah, man, a lot of signings going on and on. And had 2 more that turned the trick earlier today over at Lathrop High School. Come on back, we'll talk about it. Sports is coming up next.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back into the Fbx Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again for a look at weather. To Steve Zanazzo, I share your frustration. Believe me, I know what you're going through. Hey, our photograph for tonight, as you can see, we're going to do like the Creedence Clearwater song, A Bad Moon Rising, because we're looking at one more night of clear skies, and after that, we're looking at, unfortunately, some more bad weather coming in. D. Chadwell, we thank you for that photograph, and if you have a photograph to share, by all means, send it to me, Mike Schultz, at KTVF11.com. What's going on as far as the airport right now? 34 degrees, that's our high for the day. The low last night, 18. Record high, 69, 1997, down to 0 in 1948. That's not too bad. Sunrise at 5:35, sunset this evening, 10:06, which gives us 16 hours and 31 minutes of daylight, a gain of 7 minutes from yesterday. Now, what's going on the satellite picture doesn't look all that menacing, but you know what? We have a lot of northerly flow bringing more moisture, more clouds down from the Arctic, which means a reinforcement of the cool air, unfortunately. And that's not looking like it's going to change through the weekend, unfortunately, too. What's going on across the rest of the state? Well, it's going to be really some heavy rain falling across southeast Alaska, but the rest of the state looks pretty good. Temperature is very nice, 46 degrees at Kodiak. A little chilly at Barrow, 11 degrees there, Nome 30, and Fort Yukon 28. Lower 48 weather tonight, here's what it looks like. And you can see we have thunderstorms rumbling across parts of Texas, while the western half of the country looks pretty good. Once again, 84 degrees in Las Vegas, 86 in Phoenix. Over the East Coast, not too bad. On our satellite radar, you can see those storms breaking off this evening across much of the northern sections of Texas into Oklahoma and Kansas, while the rest of the country looks pretty good for the most part. Nice weather. And the overall jet stream once again remaining well to the north, which means a lot of the country will be enjoying very nice weather, although scattered thunderstorms are not out of the question. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow. Here's what it looks like. Cloudy skies with snow at Barrow and Fort Yukon. Cloudy skies expected for Nome. Over the interior, well, again, it's going downhill. Snow showers early, then cloudy at Fairbanks and Healy. And those snow showers will be coming back again tomorrow night. Now, the overall picture for southeast Alaska is just a lot of rain, heavy rain at Juneau, scattered rain at Ketchikan, while out to the southwest, we're looking at a few clouds for Bethel, lots of sunshine, however, at Cold Bay and Kodiak. And over the south central regions, it looks like mostly sunny skies at Anchorage and Homer, partly cloudy in Valdez. Once again, time for our kids' weather. And once again, a reminder, we're not visiting the kids this week. We're just giving you kind of weather facts because we'll be once again going back to see the kids next week. In 2008, Anchorage received 17 inches of snow in the state, so don't feel quite so bad. It could be a lot worse. And like I said, next week we'll be visiting with the kids from Chinook Charter School. All right, here's your forecast for the remainder of the night. Clear skies, but much colder temperatures. 8 degrees for the overnight low. Tomorrow's forecast, more clouds with a little snow developing by evening, 34 degrees. And the extended forecast, looking for snow showers early Saturday, then becoming cloudy, then a chance of some more snow showers on Sunday, and again on Wednesday. Temperatures struggling to try and get back to what they should be this time of year, but not really achieving it. Looking at the highest, we'll be looking at 40 degrees and then cooling off again by Wednesday. What's going on here? It just doesn't make sense. The overnight low is also pretty chilly, 12 degrees and 10 degrees Monday night and Tuesday night.
Did anybody pay the spring bill or anything?
I don't know.
That's what I'm wondering.
This is really outrageous.
It is, and the more and more we go on with these kind of current conditions, then those outdoor sports are going to be affected.
Yeah, it's going to be affected greatly and all, you know.
Like I said, I share his frustration.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Thank you, Mike. That will wrap up this edition of the Fbx Evening News. As always, we are glad you could join us.
Now, tonight on NBC Nightly News, a new twist in the Boston bombings investigation, a plot to attack Times Square. That's next with Brian Williams.
And a reminder, join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
From all of us here at the News Center, have a great night.
Good night.